What is base character? That looks fake as hell, though. Standard? Well, they wouldn't say signature weapon if it was standard. Yeah, it might mean, like, a character that you don't have. So you can't claim a constellation, maybe? If it, like, let's pretend like this leak is true for a second. Who would I want? I could take Risley, actually. I don't have Yai. Would I take Yai? Would I take Yai? Maybe. Maybe I would. Yeah, probably. I wouldn't take Yai to play her with Saito, honestly. I think my Saito testing has led me to the conclusion that he's staying benched. But for Crowd Traveler, yeah, that would be nice. Can you make a tier list about which characters to choose if they give us all the old characters except Archons? Sure, fuck it. Let's do that. That's the slop for today. Okay, so yeah, assuming it's like all the characters in the event, like in Temper Thyself, and you just get to get one of these characters, and like the ones that are in the new one. So who is it? It's I mean, you're not selecting a standard. Be honest with yourself. And we're assuming that you're not able to select a Stella Fortuna. It has to be the base character. It has to be a character you don't have. Because otherwise that changes things, right? Yeah, and we're assuming that you get the Sig too. Wait, imagine you want to choose Risley because you want his Sig, but you already have Risley, so you can't because it's only base character. That would suck. I hope that's not how they do it if they do it. Anyways, with Yai is really good, but her Sig isn't great, right? So it's weird. Sig is probably separate, you think so? Maybe. What's the best Sig? I guess it just depends on who you have. I would probably just pick a sword, because I'm so tired of my best weapon on sword characters being Aquila, man. It's pissing me off. Like, I'd probably just take, like, Chiori Sig, maybe? I don't know. Could use Chiori Sig on Zabai. And it's also just a decent stat stick in general. That's probably what I'd do. I guess Traveler Sig exists now, that's true. But Traveler Sig has to be on Traveler. Albedo Sig would probably be Jade Cutter. Oh, how sweet of you to assume they were not gonna give him Summit Shaper. Anyways, okay. Alright. Who's, like, actually good to get? Yai and Risley, basically. That's it. I guess if you get a signature selector, Sino gets a little better because his gain from Sig is bigger than Risley's. So it bridges the gap a little bit. So maybe he goes here too. Then A tier is empty. So B. Is B tier empty too? It might be. Alright, out of these characters, who's like the most viable? Blind? Klee? Kinda? Albedo? Lenny? Maybe? I think that's it. Yeah, I guess Klee won't be as good because she doesn't have a Sig, so if you do get a Sig selector, she doesn't gain as much from it. So maybe Klee's down because of that. Probably still here. Then it's like Navia, Chiori, Hutao, Nilu, Wanderer. Maybe it might be here. Sure. Chow. We're gonna need an F because of the empty A tier. I could B because of Sig. What? No. Me when I get the slight upgrade to Finale of the Deep. Wow. Amazing. On my character that's like 50% of the team DPS because they're so bad that Escoffier a meaningful portion of the damage. Miss Splitter is good though. No, it's not. Miss Splitter was good when Ayaka came out, and weapons have been power crept like 35 times since. Miss Splitter is basically just a 4-star weapon now. Any of these characters have a Sig that's like good enough to bump them up? Not really, right? Anyways, D is like Xianyun, Yoimiya, Shenhe, Ayaka, Baiju, maybe? At this point, you just shouldn't get these characters, right? So, like, Baiju and F. It's just like, why the fuck would you get Ayaka either, right? Like, what exactly is she doing for your account? Ever. Nothing. CryoMC's free. CryoMC's co-pass teams are better than Ayaka Premium. So, like, for the, like, very weak carries, it just feels like there's no point to ever getting them. So, with very weak supports, at least might see some, like, fringe play here and there when a boss has a mechanic that makes the character a bit less bad or something. I don't know. Like, I kind of just want to do this. Maybe this, but meh. Anyways, and then the rest is, like, here. And this isn't necessarily how good they are. It's, like, how much I think it makes sense to get them, right? Because, like, a character like Ito, right, is obviously better than Eula. But there's just no point to getting Ito because he's a side grade to the 4 stars in his teams, right? So, like, there is no account where getting Ito is going to be better than... Even, I mean, you could always also just get Navia instead, right? Because she's also here. So there's literally never a reason to choose Ito other than you like him a lot, right? I guess it's kind of the same for you, Emiya. Yeah, sure, okay. What's better between Stellar Conduct Eula and Lunar Crystallize Ito? Ooh. Maybe Stellar Conduct Eula is better than Lunar Crystallize Ito. Probably is, right? But, like, does that change anything if they allow copies? Rizzy gets better. Oh yeah, let's take a look at the leaks. I haven't actually taken a look at them yet. There will be an anniversary event tied to the UGC. Sick. 7.1 event weapon. We already knew this. It looks ugly as hell. Got it. Why am I getting an ad for cream to treat babies' eczema? Is that how you say that word? I don't know. What? Okay. You said it right, alright, Bab. It's because of you guys, probably. It knows that I have to take care of you babies. True. I mean, people were yapping about the Mitya stuff yesterday. Was there a post on the subreddit yesterday, or is it just the one from 4 hours ago? Oh, I found it. Never mind. Alright. Mitya! 5-star character. It was a fanfic leak. Bet. Perfect. If we're your babies, does that make you Alice the way you ignore us? No. Alice doesn't ignore Klee. She neglects her. That's different. Okay, so released in 7.2. Primarily an on-field DPS. Okay. His on-field role fundamentally changes how Stellar Conduct works. That's interesting. While Mitya is active, Stellar Conduct gains its own reaction-based stellar damage. That's nice. Good. Nice, Pog. His special Stellar Conduct. After applying an element a certain number of times, the prism in the center of the Stellar Conduct field and the pulsar field launches, dealing reaction damage. Yo. Wait, that's kind of cool-ish, maybe? Convert Stellar Conduct from mostly direct damage into a mix of direct and reaction damage. What do you mean mostly direct damage? It's only direct. Okay. Has off-field capabilities, but this isn't the core of his kit. His off-field playstyle is essentially a bigger Yaimiko. Perfect. Plays reaction-based Stellar Conduct with a reaction being altered. Alright, that's kind of cool. Danitza, dedicated Cryo Archon support, can also work with Sandrone and Cryo MC. Cryo Archon essentially fills the same team role as Sandrone / Cryo Traveler at a higher level. Provides Cryo Res Shred, Electro Res Shred. Appears to be a key support for Cryo's Stellar Conduct teams. No! No! And this is, like, more recent. At C0, Mitya off-field capabilities activated with Burst, whereas Constellations unlock activation with Skill. Valeri has a shield. 20 Stellar buff, 120 EM. At C2, he has an off-field effect. Well, that doesn't sound very good. And Danitza has 25 Shred. Well, that's cool. I guess. Let's take a look at this. 29,684,898. Bro, can they retire the Secret Source Automaton Overseer device already? Read the mechanic? I'm not even gonna bother. Fuck that.